Many professionals looking to climb the career ladder stick to the usual playbook: networking, certifications, asking for more responsibilities, etc. You know, the same strategies that worked for your parents in the 80s. But it's a different world now. Imagine unlocking a secret playbook that gives you a competitive edge without working longer hours or chasing endless certifications. What if the key to standing out isn't in what everyone else is doing, but in leveraging strategies most people overlook? The truth is, there are powerful yet underutilized techniques that can accelerate your growth and set you apart. They're proven approaches that many upwardly mobile professionals simply aren't tapping into. These techniques aren't complicated either. They're not time consuming, but they are career game changers. One of these techniques might be as simple as a single conversation or even your next lunch break. They're the career growth hacks no one is talking about yet. And today we'll reveal exactly how you can use them to your advantage. What if you could turn the job you have into the job you love without leaving your current position? Let's see how game changer career tactic number 1 would facilitate that. Skill swapping. It's exact game changing career tactic number 1. Skill swapping. It's exactly what it sounds like. You partner with a colleague to exchange skills. This can be in a structured setting, or you can arrange such a swap on your own. For example, if you're an Excel whiz and you know someone whose public speaking ability is something that you covet, you can teach each other and expand your skill sets. The trick isn't just learning, it's creating a win-win situation that boosts both parties. Now, if you look online, you'll find several apps that offer matchmaking of people looking to exchange skills. Think of it like the professional version of Tinder, but instead of swiping right on a date, you're swiping right on someone who can teach you how to make pivot tables, for example. From my cursory review of these sites, they seem to focus more on what I'm going to call hobby skills rather than professional skills. Sure, learning salsa dancing in exchange for gardening tips sounds like fun, but it's probably not going to get you promoted anytime soon. I'm definitely not saying don't look, but you may have to be a little bit more creative. Hint, look on LinkedIn. But remember, this is not only about what you want to learn, but what you have to offer. Career game-changing tactic number 2, job crafting. This is one that has to be done with great insight and diplomacy, because remember, it's not just about you. You want to redesign your current role to better fit your strengths and interests. This could involve negotiating new responsibilities or projects, or even a different work schedule. Now, clearly, your new plan has to realistically fit with the goals and requirements of your organization and your boss. For if it doesn't, it will be dead in the water before you start. Once you figure out how you would ideally want your position to be crafted, realistically figure out how the parts of your job that you're going to be giving away can be handled. The emphasis here is on realistically. Before you suggest it, you should be relatively positive the organization would do what you are suggesting. You probably want to start the discussion of this issue by pointing out how the organization would benefit and/or how your job crafting suggestion would help solve an ongoing problem the group has. Better yet, if it will remove something from your boss's plate that they don't like doing, you've got a good chance with this. Also, any cost savings should be emphasized. Ideally, though, your best chance of being successful is if you can solve an ongoing headache. Game-changing career tactic number 3, entrepreneurship. This one will take a little bit of thought on your part, and again, be careful not to step on anyone's toes. In fact, that's probably a good piece of advice for all these tactics. While you are primarily concerned about your own career, your boss will need to look out for the well-being of everyone on the team, not just you. Basically, an entrepreneur acts like an entrepreneur within the organization. This can be done on a formal basis or an informal basis. Some people, by the way, are born entrepreneurs, but not most of us. In fact, many entrepreneurs go on to become entrepreneurs. Basically, they propose and lead new initiatives or products that can drive innovation and growth. Anytime you're proposing process improvements, cost-cutting initiatives, etc., you're acting like an entrepreneur. You may be already doing this and just have never thought about this or never thought about it formally. But being seen as the go-to person for fresh ideas could mean the next promotion is right around the corner. Acting this way will showcase your leadership skills and your creativity. And by the way, most CEOs today could be considered entrepreneurs. Game-changing career tactic number 4, reverse mentorship. Again, this is exactly what it sounds like and might also be considered skill swapping, depending upon how this will work out for you. Reverse mentorship is where the mentor is where you mentor somebody with less experience, and in return, they help you stay current on new trends in technology. This can provide fresh perspectives and provide you with insights you might never have encountered on your own. This is especially useful in marketing, where the demographics of the target audience may be well below that of the marketer. I once worked with a fellow who regularly talked to his 12-year-old niece to find out what was popular with her friends. And then he went out and bought the stock in those companies, many of which he had never heard of. It worked quite well for him. For those who work in accounting and finance, there have been many innovations in the area of technology and automation, and of course in using AI. Many reverse mentorship programs are formal and put together by an organization. But if your organization doesn't have one, and many don't, you'll be forced to forge new ground and arrange this for yourself. Ideally, it will be the more senior person approaching the junior person, although that doesn't have to be the way it works. However, if it's not, it really comes across as someone looking for a mentor, which is fine and probably how you should approach it. Let the other person come to the realization that it is a two-way street. Again, diplomacy and tact are crucial when trying to arrange these relationships. It may be difficult for some at first. They're not used to being in the learning seat, and if you will, but the benefits can be huge. And by the way, organizations that run reverse mentorship programs generally report a lower turnover. Game-changing career tactic number 5, microlearning. Another concept that's well named. Microlearning is where you consume small, bite-sized pieces of information on a regular basis. And to be brutally honest, it's what this channel is mostly about. This can help you stay updated on the latest trends and skills without overwhelming yourself. As those who have heard me talk about career issues know, I am a big proponent of continued lifetime learning. There has never been a more important time for this than now. Sure, blocking out a whole day sounds productive until you hit hour 3 when you've watched one video, checked your Instagram or your Facebook account several times, and somehow reorganized your stock drawer. Not what you set out to do. And if you're like me, and it's not something that you are vitally interested in, your attention will start to wander. Better to spend small chunks of time. My favorite is to watch YouTube videos or to read while I'm eating lunch. A good friend of mine spends 15 minutes every afternoon having a tea break and reading at the same time. Whatever works for you. Try it, figure out what works, and then do it on a regular basis so it becomes a habit. Have you listened to everything? Realized you could do some or all of these, but are still reluctant to start? Perhaps you're like Tom Hanks or Meryl Streep and you're suffering from imposter syndrome. Most people do. That's why we did a short talk on this insidious career stopper, along with talks on how to overcome it. You can watch it right now using the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen and is in the description. Good luck.